Well, I am well on my way to the meadows. Today had a big morning. I was up at 6:30 this morning. All the kids were up. Everybody was up early today. I knew I had a big day. I had asked everybody, please. I had 10 horses on my list to put in the race bike, all babies day. Everybody else trained their miles that they were training. We had some that were a little bit behind, other ones that were a little bit sick last week. The only ones that I wanted to train today were ones that I wanted to stretch out and see how they were. And some of them were our best horses. It was a beautiful sunny day, so it was a good day to train the horses for sure, and a great day to look and have a little look under the hood. Right, we're getting close to qualifying time now. Our first qualifiers are our open house, June the 2nd. So today meant we were 15 days away. See how they feel. I would like to go a decent mile with them today and then just back them off a little bit. Stiffen them up a little bit right before the second. They don't have to be razor sharp for the second. It's just a qualifier. And it's early. I was thoroughly pleased. You know, all the time we hear people say, oh, they couldn't have all went good. Every single horse I trained this morning was exceptionally good and went plenty fast and left me with no doubt that the 10 I went with today are well on their way to qualifying and pretty good horses. All in all, I was thoroughly pleased. Now, I did give you guys the rundown of yesterday. Happy with the way Flash Fly raced and winning. We had a second with Mel Gibswan. I thought a pretty decent outing. And Vaquero Blue Chip, although it wasn't a great outing, did finish third, did show some pop, and I did have a little respect for him after he chewed up his ankles. I mean, I'm disappointed he hasn't become the horse we wanted him to, or even remotely retained his 2-year-old form. And I'm sure at some point down the road, you're going to see him show up somewhere and start racing good. It's just not right now, right? So a decent day all in all, but I hadn't seen no free lunch yet. And I had told you it poured rain and the Scioto. Was the track good? I have no idea. I just said to Stacy, hey, if you want to scratch the horse, go ahead and scratch him. There's going to be no crying from this end. You know, we didn't come all this way just to hurt him. Just to hurt him. So Stacy called and said, yeah, Brett said the track was okay. He was going to take care of him. Man, run him up the inside. I wasn't paying attention to the fractions because I was watching his body language. I was watching the horse. And then I look up after and I said, oh my God. Horse paced 53-4 in the mud last night. First legitimate sound start. Because when Tim raced him, he just didn't look good. You know, he still wasn't good. Tim only had him for a week or so before he raced him a couple of times. So it wasn't like it had anything to do with Tim. The horse wasn't good when we raced him. He was much better last night. That was a hell of a mile over that track. So great job by Stacy and Brett, and a great job by No Free Lunch. Just a tough horse. Just a tough horse. So back to today. I get up, went to the barn. 10 horses, exactly 10 on my list. Is there any point going in order? I'll just tell you how they train, because the ones in order, they didn't go in this order. Arrowhead Hanover's first on my list, but was the last horse that I went with by himself, dogging it a little bit, being a little ridiculous, being a little green, but that's his MO, that's him. A good mile, 2:07, last half in 1:01.2. He was very good. You might say, oh my God, that's not even all of it. That was a good mile. We had some tremendous miles today. It had nothing to do with the speed, just how they carried themselves, how they picked up speed a little bit, how far they could carry it for, and then how they pulled up. Now remember, we trained them all at a mile. So this was the first time, for the most part. Very rarely do we trained them all at 1.5 miles. So this was the first time. It was very rare for them to go a mile. And I did have a chore pulling a couple of them up after the training mile. That's how fit they were and ready to rock. Arrowhead Hanover was green, did train very, very well. We're going to take the flip-flops off him and start drilling down on him a little bit. See if we can't polish him up. As I said, just a little bit green. But very good. Horse that surprised me today was Blue Ventura. Yeah, 2.7 last half, 58. Bow in his neck. Horse was very, very good. Now again, I've instructed all our caretakers. I want to know about their lunch. And although it's supposed to rain tomorrow, if it's only a drizzle and we're going to jog, these 10 go out first. I want to see how they jog tomorrow morning. But I will tell you this right now, the ones that I trained in the race bike on Tuesday have been jogging great all week. I was watching LT Troubadour closely all week, and I saw him coming off the track today. Chuck, one of our riders, was going with him. I said, how was he? He said he was awesome. Awesome. which is generally a chalk statement, but the horse, he was good. And as I said, just his aluminums on up front, I didn't know if they would start to bite at his knees a little bit. I did like the way he was trotting in them, but would he be comfortable in them for an extended period of time? Well, it turns out that answer has somewhat been answered. He was very good today. He was good yesterday. Jason said he saw him out there. So very, very happy with what I've heard and seen from LT Troubadour. Moving on, as I said, Blue Ventura, if he stays together, and the only reason I said that is because he is a big, big, big boy. If he stays together and everything holds up and he pushes forward, which it looks like it's going to, he could be a nice horse. I mean, he was very, very good this morning. Foxy Seaside was also good. I know Jim and a number of my partners on Foxy were asking Anthony, can you go with her? Can you just tell us what you think? I told you I would go with her. I was the one that was, I'm going to be the guy that goes on the bike with all of them just to see how they feel. I've gone with 14 or 15 horses this week in the race bike, and every single one of them either lived up to or exceeded, or in some cases grossly exceeded my expectations. So it's been a great week in the race bike for the 2-year-olds. Foxy Seaside was great. Gorgeous package. I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. There may be a changing of the guard, and you're not witnessing it. I am. For the filly side, I can't believe that this smaller, lather-up filly is doing what she did. I trained her this morning in 2.5 and 4, last half in 58, and I'm telling you, I could have went lots more with this filly. She was so strong today, and you have to understand, for those of you out there that are horse people or horse trainers, or have been around horses training down, to train a 2-year-old by itself at this time of year and have them excel in this way is a testament to their professionalism and a testament to the way we've trained them down. You don't generally go, but I wanted to go with every single one of them today. These 10, I wanted to see. And you don't usually see them accelerate. They're looking around, they're playing around, they're babies. These guys were, like I said, Arrowhead was a little green, just because that's him. Mentally, he is a little immature. But physically, oh my God, they were all great today, and the other 9 were perfect. Gorgeous package. I don't know what to say. This horse literally came out of nowhere the last month. She was an afterthought since we purchased her. Nice little filly. We'll have some fun with her. Fair filly or something. Who knows? I don't know how good she is, but I know I could have went a lot more with her today. She was very, very, very strong. So, as I said the other day, our first Rudy of the year, right, would be Gorgeous Package. It literally came out of nowhere, and I don't know. I went with Foxy, and she was very good today. I've gone with Roseanne Alexandra. Very good filly. I don't know if they want any piece of this filly right now. She's exceptionally strong right now. So a great training mile from her. Grand Slam Dio, 2.6 last half in a minute. She was very good today also. Really, I didn't know what to expect with her. I get up to the 8th in 17, quarter and 33 and a piece, almost 34. Just let her saunter along over the half in 6 and 1, 6 and 2. And then I stepped on the gas, and I love the fact that they can carry that speed that they've never seen in their life. They can carry it for an entire half a mile. That's impressive to me. Very, very impressive. And this filly, as I said, we'll talk about some other ones right now, but this filly in particular was very good this morning. Really happy with Grand Slam Dio. And as impressive as she was, I'm not going to say not as impressive, because they all impressed me in different ways. Green Glitter was very good. Let Her Hobble's way out. I don't even know if she needs them. Let Her Hobble's way, way out today. It's typical government workers. Look, they're putting in a guardrail. There had to be 11 people working on one pole. Doesn't change anywhere. That is a constant right there. And that's not to make fun of anybody or anything. I'm just not confident that they need 11 people to put in that latter part of the guardrail. Maybe they do. Maybe there's more to it than I'm aware of. I don't know. Green Glitter was awesome today. And again, her and Grand Slam Dio just wear a vet wrap behind and a set of bell boots up front. Green Glitter wears a Murphy blind on the inside. Grand Slam deal was a Murphy blind outside and a line pole inside. Very little equipment for these trotting fillies, and both of them were strong. Green Glitter really wowed me today. I like her, you guys know that, but I haven't sat behind her in a while. And how would she be by herself? That mile today was a hell of a mile. Really, really impressed with her. I don't play nice. He couldn't hide forever. I went with him today 2-7 last half and 1-1. He was good. I'd asked Enos, our blacksmith, to take the flip-flops off. He said, I just shot him when you were done training him. I guess the flip-flops are staying on him for another few weeks then. So we'll probably scoot them off him maybe 4 or 5 days before the open house, because I know he'll be fine with them on. But he doesn't really need them on. And quite frankly, he's qualifying June 2nd. Even if he ends up being our next generation Colt, he still doesn't have to be ready for 30 days. And I know he can qualify with flip-flops on. So I'm as I talk it out, I'm more apt to just leave them on him into his qualifier. Yes, I went with Memento Mori today. Now, our blacksmith also, what is going on here? We have a traffic jam. Pourquoi? There is never any traffic here, ever. This is very odd. Definitely can't make it to warm that filly up now. Oh well, should be fine. Memento Mori, the blacksmith came in and said, I got that horse shot for you. Okay, so are you telling me that you chopped all his toes off right before I go out and train him in the race bike? Is that what we're going with? Oh, you're training him today? Yep, training him. So all I did was put an extra set of bell boots on Memento Mori and asked him to behave. Man, that is such a strong colt. I could have went around. When you go with Memento Mori, it literally feels like you just go around 15 more times. He is that strong. 2.6 last half in a minute, last quarter in 29 seconds. And trust me when I tell you, there is lots more. Of course there is. 2.6s. There's lots under the hood. This is a very, very strong colt. And keeping on the path of strong colts, the next two were very strong also. I'm going to leave who I think is one of our best trainers today. One was an Ohio Pacer, one was an Ohio Colt. The other colt was good too. They all were good. All 10 of these horses. Westland Warrior, very strong today. 2.6 last half in a minute. He was super strong. He's getting bigger now and looks good. He looks good. Our caretaker, Ashley's doing a good job with him. He looks great. And a horse that didn't really wow me. I haven't gone with him in a long time. And certainly didn't wow me because he'd been so good for so long. The most impressive thing was how far he could carry his speed. And a chore. I had a chore to pull this horse up. I won a mile in 2.6, my last half in 58-2. And I literally, it wasn't like I was in trouble, but it was problematic to pull him up. He wanted to go around again. And that was Rose Run AJ. He was very, very strong. As I said, all 10 of these horses were extremely strong today. Rose Run AJ, gorgeous package. Blue Ventura amongst the top. Green Glitter, Grand Slam deal. Memento Mori was awesome. As I said, I don't play nice. Just got to get the flip-flops off of him. Foxy Seaside was great too. And Arrowhead Hanover went a great mile. Just mentally, got some work to do. Little immature, little green. So that was our training sets. Well, not sets. I had 10 horses to train this morning. That was our training group of trainers this morning. I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw from these guys, from the 3 or 4 that I went with on Tuesday. As I said, we got more than a third of our horses that are ready. All the ones I went with this week, you could qualify them tomorrow. Obviously, we don't have to. We're going to back them up over the next week and go back to a mile and a half. But you know what I liked? A number of things. But the biggest thing that I liked was the fact that we've trained them at a mile and a half, a mile and a half, a mile and a half. They've never gone 2 trips. Today was the first time they'd ever gone 2 trips. We just jogged them first trip, too. They didn't even go a mile. And for them to pull up as strong as they did, come in the barn, sharp as a tack, feeling great, ate all their lunch, seemingly seemed great. Now, I obviously tomorrow is the real test, right? How do they jog tomorrow? Sharp as a tack, they on their toes? I suspect they are. All 10 of these horses trained exceptionally well. So with that, I'm going to let you go off to the meadows. We got our girl insider trading here in a little while, and then down to Scioto tonight. So that's what my day looked like. Up at 6:30, train 10 in the race bike. On my way over here, I'm going to go with Insider Trading in race 4. I got 1 to drive for Stacy, race 6. And then down to Scioto, our Ohio crew tonight, racing in Southern Ohio in Columbus. So with that, I'll let you go. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is a beautiful day here in, well, it was in Ohio, and now it is in Pennsylvania. Take care.